DJing and beat matching songs basically requires two things: matching the tempos of the songs and then starting them at the right time. Torq will attempt to do a lot of that work for you during the initial analysis of a file. It'll try to determine two things: the tempo of the song in BPM, and it'll also try to figure out where the downbeat of the song is. And it'll indicate that with the phase grids that it puts over the scrolling waveforms. Now, Torq will most likely get all this stuff right the first time it works, but if perchance the tempo or phase grid is misaligned after the analysis, there are some things you can do to fix it in order to make the autosync work properly. So I'm going to load up a track here. When I put this on the deck, Torq starts analyzing it. We can see that with the little progress bar going across here. And we can also see that the BPM that's been detected so far is 87 BPM. As it turns out, this song is actually drum and bass. It's going twice as fast as this. It should be going 174 BPM. In order to fix that, there's a couple things you could do. You could tap tempo, you could type in the actual value, but we also give you a quick shortcut to take care of this. This double have button down here below the BPM. Pressing it once makes the up arrow light up, indicating that the BPM has now been doubled. As we can see on screen, the tempo is now 174 BPM, which is right where it should be. If we were to press the button again, the arrow pointing down now lights up, indicating that the original tempo has been cut in half, down to 43.5 BPM, which is way too slow for this. But in case your song had been detected faster than it should be, that would be your way to fix it. Pressing again brings us back to the original tempo, so I'm going to press it one more time to get us back up to 174. The nice thing is that tempo change is going to be saved with the song, so the next time the song is brought into Torq, you won't have to worry about fixing the tempo. In fact, we can even see down here on the browser, 174 BPM has been listed, so this will fall right in with all your searches at 174 BPM. Pull up another track here and give it a shot. Let's see if Torq does a good job here. All right, Torq's doing a great job. It's figuring that this one's 140 BPM, and I can see that the downbeat's right where it needs to be. So we'll pull up another one, and we'll try to put these together. Uh-oh, got a problem here. As we can see, the one on the left, which should be 140, is now coming in at 70 BPM. So we could do the same thing before, clicking the double have button to bring us up to 140 BPM, or I could actually type in 140 BPM since I already know what that is. All I have to do is hold Shift and then double click on the BPM. It's now highlighted, and I can type in 140 and press Enter. And that goes ahead and changes the BPM of the song to 140 where it should be. Now we do have one problem though. Now that the tempo's right, the phase grid has been offset, so it's not in the correct location anymore. So when I actually find the downbeat of this song right here, we can actually see that the downbeat of the phase grid is too early. In order to fix that, all I have to do is hold the Shift key on the keyboard and use the mouse to click and drag the grid back into alignment. Now once it's in alignment, when I play the song, the flashing from the exponent is now in sync with the music because the flashing is actually taken from the location of the phase grid. You can also fix the phase grid using the exponent itself, using a similar method of holding Shift and rotating the wheel. If I hold Shift here and then rotate the exponent wheel, the phase grid is now offsetting. It's early and it's late, and now it's perfect. So doing that little operation is also another way to fix that phase grid. And as a result, both songs will now play in sync with each other. We can see that the phase grids have lined up vertically, and when the downbeat comes in, now both songs are playing perfectly in sync. Now you can change the phase grid while the song is playing in case you run into any anomalies along the way. As you can hear, when I hold Shift and rotate the wheel, I can now throw the two tracks out of sync, or I can bring them back into sync again. So even if you didn't happen to set the sync right at the beginning of the song, you still have a chance to fix it while everything's playing. And all those changes get saved in the song, so the next time you import the song, you don't have to worry about making any of those changes to the tempo again. The last method for setting the tempo is tap tempo. This is useful when Torq doesn't even get close to getting something right. All you have to do in this case is just tap on the BPM display on screen in time with the music. As we can see, Torq's getting really close here. So after tapping the tempo, I can either use that tap tempo or I can specify something else by hand. It's all up to me. And then any of those changes will get saved into the file as well. So even a manual tempo or tap tempo will be recallable the next time you use the song.